Alright, let's dive into a story that's got a bit of everything: legal drama, NDAs, and even an animal rescue twist. So, Howard Stern's former executive assistant, Leslie Kuhn, just lost her lawsuit trying to void a non-disclosure agreement. Now, on the surface, this might seem like just another celebrity legal battle, but personally, I think there's a lot more going on here that's worth unpacking. First off, what makes this really interesting is the context. Kuhn wasn't just suing to speak freely. She was claiming Stern's workplace was toxic, allegedly due to his wife's animal rescue organization. In my opinion, this raises a deeper question: how much should employees be allowed to speak out about their work environment, especially when it involves high-profile figures? NDAs are common in these circles, but this case feels different. It's not just about protecting trade secrets. It's about silencing someone who claims they were wronged. What many people don't realize is that NDAs can often become tools for suppressing uncomfortable truths, and this case is a perfect example of that tension. Now, let's talk about the NDA itself. Kuhn claimed she never signed it, but the court ruled otherwise, citing an email where she mentioned attaching a signed NDA. One thing that immediately stands out is how the court dismissed her claims of forgery, even though she alleged Stern's team hacked her computer. From my perspective, this feels like a missed opportunity to scrutinize how employers wield power over their employees' digital lives. If you take a step back and think about it, the fact that remote access to work devices is considered normal doesn't mean it's ethical, especially when it's used to discredit someone's claims. Another detail I find fascinating is the financial aspect. Kuhn was paid over $190,000 in 9 months, which the court used as evidence that she knowingly agreed to the NDA. But here's the thing: high compensation doesn't automatically mean someone's rights should be compromised. What this really suggests is that money can often be used to justify restrictive agreements, and that's a slippery slope. In my opinion, this case highlights how NDAs can disproportionately favor the powerful, leaving employees with little recourse. Now, let's not forget the animal rescue angle. Kuhn claimed her firing was linked to pressure from Stern's wife's organization. Personally, I think this adds a layer of complexity to the story. It's not just about workplace disputes. It's about how personal projects can intersect with professional responsibilities. What makes this really interesting is how it blurs the lines between public and private life, especially for someone like Stern. If you take a step back and think about it, this case isn't just about one assistant's grievances. It's about the broader culture of accountability in high-profile workplaces. Finally, Stern called the lawsuit a shakedown, accusing Kuhn of trying to extort him. But the court didn't buy it, refusing to sanction her for bad faith. In my opinion, this is where the story gets even more intriguing. It's not just about who's right or wrong. It's about the power dynamics at play. What this really suggests is that even when someone tries to fight back, the system often favors those with more resources and influence. A detail I find fascinating is how quickly these cases can turn into PR battles, with reputations on the line. So what's the takeaway here? Personally, I think this case is a wake-up call about the limits of free speech in the workplace, especially when NDAs are involved. It raises a deeper question: how do we balance the need for confidentiality with the right to speak out against injustice? From my perspective, this isn't just about Howard Stern or Leslie Kuhn. It's about a much bigger issue that affects countless employees. What many people don't realize is that cases like this set precedents, shaping how future disputes will be handled. And that, in my opinion, is what makes this story so important. So what do you think? Is this just another celebrity legal battle, or does it highlight a broader problem with NDAs and workplace power dynamics? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts.